So first and foremost, thank you so much for watching the video up to this point right now, where I use the artlist sound effects and the music to showcase the importance of basically adding some sounds into your videos and posts with adding some nice sound effects as well as music. Full disclosure, Artlist is not sponsoring this video, but I wanted to showcase how I use Artlist for my copyright-free music and as well for the sound effects. If you like the music and the sound effects that I was able to use with Artlist, you're welcome to use my affiliate link down below where you can get 2 extra months with a subscription that you sign up for using my link. But other than that, I want to just go ahead and talk with the process about what I went through with creating that video when it came down to using the sound effects and as well the gear that I used whenever I was filming out at the beach. It was really more like an impromptu kind of video when it came down to having everything storyboard style. We didn't really have a set plan, but we kind of had an idea when it came down to the type of footage I wanted to create using this setup. I used my Sony A7siii and as well I used my 35-150 because I have a good range where I won't have to change any lenses, especially with being at the beach with all the sand and everything going. I'm not really about to just change lenses because you never know if it's gonna, get dirty in your sensor. And I don't want to risk it really when it comes out to that. As well, I used the new Short Stash polarizer that has mist with it to be able to use a little bit of the polarization to take any reflections that I wanted to, as well as add a little bit of a soft look, plus my variable ND filter by moment to be able to, properly expose things when it came down to being outside because I shoot in S-Log3. I did use this little cheap monitor to be able to see things a little bit better because I'm able to use my custom LUTs within it so I can get an idea of how the image will look, since sadly the new update of the Sony A7siii doesn't have custom LUTs like how my ZBE one would have. But I wanted to use something that would potentially not overheat because we're going to be at the beach, but as well to have a little bit heavier duty because I was going to use this little bit of a handle cage to be able to mount everything a lot easier, to be able to use it whenever I'm out there to hold it a lot nicer. So with that being said, that was the gear that I was able to use for the video part of the creation that really helped me, put a lot of the visuals that I wanted to be able to pair up with the sound effects when it came down to using the Artlist, to be able to use sound effects and as well the music. For me, the reason why I've been using Artlist is because it has just more than just sound effects and visuals. If you want to get templates when it comes down to DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, Final Cut, you're able to get some nice cool little templates as well. And as well, you get to have some nice extra footage for like whenever you don't have enough time to do some B-roll, you're able to use it. For this video, I didn't use any of the templates really or any of the footage. I just mainly used the sound effects and the music to be able to tell my story and the feeling of being at the beach with all the sound effects that I was able to use. Because in reality, I didn't use any of the sounds that I recorded in there live. I just used all sound effects from Artlist to be able to portray the sounds and emotions while being out at the beach. For me personally, it wasn't obviously a storyline where it had to do anything too creative or intense, but it was just more showcasing how much of an important thing it is to have the sound effects when it comes down to your footage, because you don't want to have just music and it doesn't add that, emotion to it that you could add with sound effects. For me, I've used Artlist for quite a while now, and I've used other places like Epidemic Sound, which are pretty great too, and as well as Motion Array. Motion Array is a different subject that I'll eventually cover more about, but if you want to sign up for it as well, I have a description down below where you get 2 months free because they are part of Artlist. But other than that, in Motion Array, you kind of just do more like, graphics and things like that, but you also have some music and footage and everything since, well, they're part of each other. So that's pretty much another conversation for something else. But the music choices that you get in Artlist have really worked out for my style of things, especially for my YouTube videos. So I wanted to kind of use something that could portray the nice sound of, being at the beach with some calming music, but then maybe kind of pick up the tempo just a little bit. And I think for me, I was very proud of how it all turned out, especially without having a goal in mind or a set, shot frames or anything that I wanted to kind of portray whenever it came down to planning beforehand. It was more shot on the go, seeing how the weather was going to play because it was just a random day that we went because we're going to go be with family, see my sister's kids since we don't have any kids ourselves. So that's my nephew that you saw in the video. And just basically find the framings that I thought were interesting and try to get creative with what I could in a short amount of time. For me, having the nice sound effects when it comes down to portraying, the sound waves crashing and having nice, the wind and everything of the feeling of the beach, as well as, the seagulls and everything of the birds. It just adds into the atmosphere that makes the footage just stand out better than without. For example, I'll give you a little bit of a clip of right now without any sound effects and just the music. and then I'll have that same clip so that you can see it with the sound effects, just the sound effects, and then with the music, so you can get a little bit of a feel of what it would feel like and how important it can be. But now that you've seen all three of them, what is your take? Which one would you prefer and why? I would love to know if you like the sound effects of things. Does it make you feel more immersive in everything? Or would you prefer having little to no sound effects? Or what is your take on sound effects with music? For me personally, I think it just adds more character to the footage, and it adds more character to the storyline that you're trying to portray with your visuals, so that it really immerses the audience into the, video. That's why in a lot of movies and your shows, most of the sounds that you see there are added in Foley, like after. You have somebody creating the sound specifically for that movie or show, so that it really immerses you, like you're feeling like you're there in the reality of it. Because with the microphones that you can put on a camera, not always can you get the best sound right away so that it sounds like how you would want to. So adding some sound effects later on, it really does help to, I feel like, accentuate, which hopefully that's an English word. I mean, it sounds like it would be, but accentuate the sound and the feel with the visuals of the footage to make it all cohesive, like basically work together to make it nicer. But that's one of the important reasons why using, things like Artlist, which is one of the reasons why I've enjoyed using them, because I get a good variety of sounds, I get a good variety of music, and as well the extra perks of having templates and footage and things like that for whenever I need to use something for creating for client work or for myself, to just have something more fast and efficient to kind of plug and play and use it to be able to tell the story that I want to tell, whether it's for my own work or for client work, to make it just a lot smoother and faster and efficient. For me, I've talked about this quite a bit with you guys. I always try to find the gear that makes me be fast and efficient, because I want to create the best that I can with my time that's limited, because we all have something going on in life, whether you have a 9-to-5, whether you're your own boss and have too many, 24/7 kind of style like how I am, or if you just, want to pick up the hobby a little bit here and there for extra time between your family or anything. I always want to be fast and efficient. And with me, I've noticed that with Artlist, it has helped me quite a bit. That's why I'm doing this video, whether it looked like it might be sponsored or not. The only part that's sponsored, if you will, is using my affiliate link that helps the channel, which I appreciate if you do use it, because it really does mean a lot that you want to support the channel that way while getting some great tunes, great sound effects, and templates for yourself. But overall, I was very happy with how this video came out. I was very excited to just put it all together and get the footage. And this combination of footage from the A7S III with a 35-150 by Tamron, paired up with the sound effects and music from Artlist, it just worked out so well that I was just really excited to put it all together. And it was a fun blast to, create with it. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hope you like the colors, the sound, the music, and everything. And hopefully you create something yourself. And if you ever do because of this video, please show it to me. I would love to see what you guys create for fun or for purposes of more professional work. We'd love to see what you create using any sounds and music that you can find with Artlist. But like I said, don't forget to use my affiliate link if you'd like to. You get 2 extra free months if you sign up for Artlist that way. And I do appreciate every support that you guys have been giving me. And with these videos, it's been a lot of fun creating always for you guys and learning as I go as well, growing together with you guys. So appreciate everybody that likes and comments and shares videos and it's just very friendly towards me and everything, and likes to have discussions about camera gear and everything like that. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.